Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Spartan Nation Live.
I'm Olivia Williams.
And I'm Riley Goodrow. We have some events happening at the school this week. Olivia, could you give us a look?
Today there will be a JV Boys Blue baseball game at 5 against Owasso. Next week on Monday we'll have JV Boys Blue baseball versus Union at 5. On Wednesday we have our second session of parent-teacher conferences, and on Friday we'll have a JV Boys Blue baseball versus Bishop Kelly at 5. And that's all the events we have for this week.
Thanks, Olivia. Child safety is the most important thing to parents. Here at Bixby High School, we have a class that not only teaches child development, but also child safety. Here's Spartan Nation Live's Aiden Nichols with more.
Miss Humphrey does a class on human resources and development. This class highlights children's behavior and their responsibilities to take care of a child. Two car seats experts came in to give a speech on which car seat is the best option for your child.
If you get on and look at car seats, they range in price drastically. You can get some as cheap as $70, $80. You can get them as expensive as $750, $800. It just really depends. All of them pass the same crash test ratings to be sold in the States. So no car seat is any safer than the other. A little $70 car seat is just as safe as an $800 car seat. Once you start getting more expensive car seats, you're really paying for ease of use features.
The cheaper option isn't always the best option for your child because it can do more harm than good. Once you become a parent, you'll realize you'll want the best and the safest thing possible for your child.
I had never had someone come and show me how to properly strap it in, how to make sure that if your baby weighs this much, you take this out. And so there's so many different bits and pieces to a car seat for a child. And then they also came and talked about SIDS and different things that can happen to infants. And we talked about it in my classes, but they kind of just highlighted the things that you needed to know. And they taught my students a lot of things that we hadn't done, and they actually got to do hands-on learning. So each of my students had to they each had a different pound baby, and so they each had to go and put the baby in the car seat. If they had to take out any pieces for it to fit correctly, they had to do that. But it was overall really good experiences, and I'll probably have them come back next year.
You'd be surprised how many kids aren't properly restrained in their car seat. According to the Crash Stats website, it says that 73.2% of kids were restrained and 26.7% were not. Getting the right car seat can potentially save your child's life. For Spartan Nation Live, I'm Aiden Nichols.
Oklahoma is no stranger to dust storms if you recall your Oklahoma history. But Dallas was hit with their own dust storm this week. On Tuesday, a dust storm fueled by powerful winds triggered disruptions at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. The weather forced a ground stop at the airport for all American airlines. The FAA says no American Airlines flights were allowed to take off because of high winds. Forecasters say the dust storm dropped visibility from 10 to 5 miles at all area airports around Dallas.
The National Art Honor Society introduction is just a week away. SNL's Julissa Garcia Flores tells us more.
Leadership growth and opportunities and peer recognition aren't usually related to the visual arts. But for Bixby's National Art Honor Society and its members, there's a whole lot more than just creativity.
So we do a lot of service projects, like we painted faces at a carnival. We've done that multiple times. We have plans to go to a nursing home and do a project there with some of the people.
While everyone has some fun during these events, there are certain requirements needed to join NHS.
You have to have a B average and have taken at least one art class, one semester, and you have to come to at least one of our monthly, one meeting a month.
So required to pay dues, obviously every one-time dues that will last. Basically covers every year that you're at Bixby High School. And you'll receive a graduation cord and things like that when you're a senior.
If you're interested in joining the club, ask Ms. Jankowski or Mr. Ding right here on the second floor for more information. For Spartan Nation Live, I'm Julissa.
During football season, you see the action on the field, but there is a very special person making a lot of stuff happen off the field. Here is Spartan Nation Live's Chad Rhodes to explain.
The Bixby football team has been successful for many years for some of our great players and coaches, but some people don't know what happens behind the scenes. Ms. Chambers has been the backbone for our football team for many years now, as she tells me her years of experience.
So I have been working in the athletic department officially for 3 years. I started in January of 22. But then unofficially, I have been volunteering and sort of working since probably the summer of 2015, when I became the 8th grade football mom when my son was going to be an 8th grader.
During our conversation, Ms. Chambers talked about how she helps out the team in many ways, like ordering uniforms and renting out venues.
I plan the team meals. So every Thursday night, the football team has dinner, and I coordinate that meal, making sure that all 170 football players, managers, trainers, coaches, creative team, that all those kids get fed. And then I also kind of help just coordinate the team moms.
There's so much to love about Bixby and its community. Ms. Chambers says coming from a small town, she loves the feeling she gets here.
I love that on Friday nights, the bleachers are full and everybody wants to be at the football game on Friday nights. I love that when people walk into the building, they feel like family. And I don't know, I just think it's the people here are great. It's just a great place to raise your kids. And I don't know, I just love everything about it.
Ms. Chambers talked about how she's learned a lot about teamwork at her time here at Bixby.
There's a saying that it takes a village to raise children, and I think in some ways that's still true, but it takes all of us as a department, as a school, to make everything work, to make everything run smoothly.
We thank you so much, Ms. Chambers, for what you do. I know I can speak on behalf of all of our players and staff when I say we appreciate you so much. From Spartan Nation Live, I'm Chad Rhodes.
That's all of Spartan Nation Live for this week. You can join us each Thursday for our weekly announcements, or you can watch anytime on our YouTube channel at Spartan Nation Live. I'm Olivia Williams.
And I'm Riley Goodrow. And from all of us here at Spartan Nation Live, remember,
It's a great day to be a Spartan.